should prove to be a good one, as it'll be the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Well, we thought this could get interesting. Here's interesting, an onside kick to start this thing. And this is going to be snuffed out. The Bengals recover.
Yeah, you got to wait until that ball goes 10 yards. They did not. They hit it before, and that draws the flag every time.
And there's no doubt in my mind that converting an onside kick has never been tougher in the NFL with the new rules. So trying to get it to 10 yards, timing up perfectly, that's tough enough to begin with. But when you go ahead and grab it before it goes, you got no shot then.
From the 33, here's a 2nd and 8.
They'll stay on the ground, Mixon again. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On 3rd down, Mixon. Calling no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
McPherson's kick is good.
And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0.
Well, they had the solid field position there to start the opening drive and didn't have to really move it too far to be in range and take the 3-0 lead.
And a lot of times I think that even I look at this a little bit negatively because of where they started with the field position. Hey, they still got 3 points out of this drive. Got a little momentum going. Got things set up for the rest of the ball game. Take the 3, be happy, and move on.
Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10.
At their own 16. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure.
Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Open man, this is Brenton Strange, the tight end.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled.
And they'll throw on 1st down with Lawrence.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
17 more yards. Now Lawrence on 1st down.
And he can't escape, and down he goes. Sam Hubbard, now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play.
Now Lawrence to throw on 2nd down.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 38-yard line. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. So the ball moves from 138 to the other as they come up on 1st and 10.
Now Lawrence. This one into the hands of Ingram downfield.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
They'll run for the first time with Travis Etienne.
And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8.
The ball on the 8 still could get a 1st down technically. 2nd and 7. Another tote for Etienne.
They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3.
11.
Now Lawrence to throw.
Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars.
Travis Etienne from 4 yards out. And the Jaguars are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked by Logan Wilson.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Let me go in for 6. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 34. Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll get it down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
From the 29, here's 2nd and 5.
Burrow looking to pass. Rolling to his left. The ball comes out, but fortunately he's able to recover his own fumble. That could have been trouble.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD.
Chase Brown.
14 yards.
And the Bengals have retaken the lead.
2 good drives on their first 2 possessions. Remember, the first wound up in a field goal, but we all know field goals aren't going to cut it in the NFL. So they're not going to be denied here, and they wind up punching this one into the end zone.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that will make this a 4-point game.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, well,
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
What was he thinking there? It's easily intercepted.
Chidobe Awuzie with a pick.
And he'll be brought down with a penalty flag on the field. It was a late decision to throw, and it might have been too late.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
11.
Now Burrow on first down. Dancing to his left. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 10-6 the score after 1 right here on EA Sports.
Here we go.
This is 2nd and 8. Burrow going to get this out to Chase. And Chase going to pick up a Bengals first down as he'll get this down to the 40.
11 MT.
Now Burrow eluding the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it.
Throwing for Chase on the crosser. He's got it.
So 8 yards on the completion there. And 3rd and 8 now. Now it's Burrow.
That is caught. He's got the first down and more.
Touchdown Bengals.
T. Higgins,
37 yards.
and the Bengals are able to add on to that lead. And McPherson on for the extra point.
It's good, and now it's an 11-point lead, 17-6.
Jaguars 6. Kevin McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Now Lawrence on 3rd and long.
Steps away to his left. Completes it to Evan Ingram. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line.
Here we go.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne.
They find some open field here.
Now that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
And Etienne going to have a Jags first down up to the 47-yard line. Etienne up the middle.
And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory.
From the 48-yard line, here's the 2nd and 5. They go play action with Lawrence.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
Picked off by Mike Hilton. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six from Bengals TD.
An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did and came through with a big-time pick six.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead is up to 18 now. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Hey, go, go.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
It's a gain of 25 yards on the play.
Straight ahead, Etienne.
And not a whole lot of room him to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Here's 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup at 3.
ETN once more. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. The offense on 3rd down, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on 3rd down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position.
Burrow going to get this out to Boyd on the perimeter. Down the left sideline.
And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Tyler Boyd, 49 yards.
And the Bengals are able to add on to their first half lead. So that pretty conclusively, I might add, shows you the perils of going for it and not making it on 4th down. One play, touchdown.
Yeah, and I've got to put this on the man in charge, the head coach. He made the decision to go for it. To me, when punting was the only decision to make, and it backfired on him in a big way.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the route is on here in this first half.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew.
And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10.
They'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Lawrence.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Here's 2nd and 10.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
A handoff for ETN.
And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning.
He was taken down.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
3rd and 1.
They'll run with ETN.
And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence.
He's got a man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
It's a gain of 32 yards.
Here's a give to ETN.
He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
They go play action now. Lawrence.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
Well, no one likes to see that drop, but I'll guarantee it's not going to stop his quarterback from going back to him anytime he has open space.
Lawrence on 3rd down. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
And the Bengals are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. Well, there are several factors at play for why they face this deficit right now, Charles, but well, that's now 3 interceptions that he has thrown and just giving the football away pretty careless here in the opening half.
Yeah, I know that all of our parents taught us to share as youngsters, but in this game, you don't want to share with the other team. Keep it for yourself. Keep it for your team. Got to cut down on all of those throws, those errant passes, if they hope to get back into this game. Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. A draw play for Mixon. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Throwing now, Burrow on first down. This is caught. It's Boyd. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
First down, Cincinnati.
Here we go.
They will throw on first down with Burrow.
Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted.
And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Right, let's go. And gun.
Intercepted. The Jaguars take over.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today.
Picked off by Jordan Battle.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six from Bengals TD.
I mean, at this point, CD, what is not going their way in this first half? After that pick six, they now have a 4-possession lead here.
And that allows them to say to themselves, how about we get everybody involved, okay? Because this one is a runaway, and it's looking like it's going to be even more of a runaway. Everybody gets a chance to play and get a little bit of love. The more guys that get to watching the highlight reels from this one, the better.
That's it.
I would not be mad if you decided to concede right now.
We'll have plenty more to see after the break.
Just saying.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports.
From his end zone, here comes Agnew.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence.
And now here is another interception. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And that one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
Mixon again.
And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals.
A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Sometimes offense can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Jaguars 6.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And the offense moving quickly to the line. Again, it's Lawrence. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. A great pick, nice return, but you know he's just beating himself up inside for not getting all the way in.
No doubt about it, because he had visions of end zone in his mind. Going to be the total hero. But we did see there the emphasis on it's not just good enough to pick it off anymore. Bring it back, get the yardage, and really help out your offense.
Mixon is into the end zone for a Bengal touchdown. A familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this third quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is...
And now here is another interception. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six for a Bengals.
This guy won't concede. That's crazy.
Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half, and for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick six.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out, and as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Lawrence will try again after the pick six. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. Now Lawrence. And my goodness, another interception. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. I think it's safe to say this is a game he's not going to forget anytime soon, Charles. 3 interceptions.
It's rare that we see 3 interceptions by one team, let alone by an individual. And I think that after the second one, he's probably telling his teammates, any ball that's in the air, it's going to be mine. And that turned out to be true.
And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line.
First and goal at the 10-yard line.
They'll give it to Mixon. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Another shot from the 9 on second and goal. Again, it's Mixon. And he will take it on
for a Bengals touchdown.
Joe Mixon.
A dynamo since the break. 3 third-quarter touchdowns.
And the Bengals get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Sometimes you get a first and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line, and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on first down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
Evan McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And they're going to speed things up here.
On first down, right back to Etienne.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
13, Lou.
12 more yards. Move those chains.
They'll run. It's Etienne. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
Read a 44. Read a 54.
Here's Etienne.
Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on third.
It's a gain of 3.
Looking to throw, Lawrence.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the third quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on fourth down, and my goodness, incomplete.
Here we go.
Here's a quick throw to Higgins out wide.
Hey, we got to
And
keep
now they're in
scoring.
the hurry
We
up.
got to keep scoring.
T. Higgins. A gain of 4.
Inside handoff to Mixon.
At the 44 yard
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on third. Flushed out right.
Oh, poor decision there, and it's going to be intercepted. Rayshon Jenkins picks it off. And the Jaguars are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that fourth down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
A 2nd and 10 forthcoming here. Third quarter action from Jacksonville. Now Lawrence to throw.
And he comes back with one complete. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Etienne with it.
And he's going to get this one down inside the 15.
83 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Now Lawrence.
Over the middle, it's complete. Touchdown, Jaguars.
Brenton Strange.
A 14-yard touchdown.
And the Jaguars are able to claw one back.
They're going to try and run. And he will get into the end zone as the deficit moves from really bad to slightly less than really bad. And they're able to ground it in there on the two-point try. And you and I were talking before the game that two-point conversions from the 15-16 season, what has changed, what hasn't changed, partner?
Yeah, I'll tell you what's changed is just your normal strategy, because now you're either kicking the football with the ball on the 15-yard line, or if you decide to go for two, they put it on the 2-yard line. So what are you thinking as a coach? Do I risk it? Do I go for it here? Do I try and gain a strategic advantage and maybe go for two early? That's what people are wondering about.
Down to about the 32.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. They'll stay on the ground, Mixon again. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Charles, they're still airing it out at this point despite that huge lead. And some people may be saying, well, why are they throwing the football? These guys, I guess, are just padding their stats at this point.
Yeah, there are a lot of big grins, I think, from people in their families, from themselves. You're exactly right. Pad the stats when you get an opportunity. It'll certainly help you come contract time.
Back to Mixon on first down. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
A 4-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Here's a run with Mixon. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down.
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound.
Mixon trying to punch it in. And he is going to lose yardage here. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
No gain on the play. And what to do now on 4th and goal. They'll run with Mixon. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD.
It's a 1-yard touchdown run, and the Bengals continue to pour it on here in the 4th. No hesitation on the decision to go on 4th and goal from the 1, and they punch it in.
And I do believe that field position factors in there too, because even if they don't get in, you're going to force the other guys to go the full 99 yards. So to me, a good calculated risk, which actually paid off.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
And able to get this to the 24-yard line. They began the play at the 12. It's also a pickup of 12 for the first down.
Here's Lawrence to throw.
Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. And quickly, they get to the line.
Here we go.
On first down, Lawrence.
Flush to his right.
And this one into the hands of Ingram downfield.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 34.
That's caught. It's Strange, the tight end.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Lawrence will throw. Got his man. It's the tight end Strange with it.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Throwing again here. It's Lawrence.
And now here's another interception.
And the Bengals are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
And he is going to be stopped at the 12, short of the 1st down. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts. That will be their 3rd and final stoppage, as they'll only have the 2-minute warning now remaining. Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line.
Hey, kill! Silver.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
And the Jags are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Etienne diving for the end zone. He is in. Touchdown. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
And he is not going to make it to the end zone. And that's pretty reflective of their game as a whole, as they'll remain down by a bundle. Oh, did the Jags get this? Yes, Jags football. Great job by the kick team there to get the football, but also don't forget about the man that started it, the lonesome kicker himself.
I love that you brought him into it because he doesn't get nearly the attention he deserves. Oftentimes it's only when it's negative. In this case, he created a positive play for his team.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10. Here's Lawrence.
Wide open receiver complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Now Lawrence on 1st down.
Finds his tight end Ingram. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
But to throw again is Lawrence.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Lawrence.
And my goodness, another interception.
Daxton Hill picks it off. And the Bengals are going to have it here just past the 25.